you guys hear me harping on what is the best lead source right now. And I'm going to be transparent with you guys. It's not Zillow, because Carlos and Sophia have Zillow. They told me most of the leads that are coming in from these lead sources are no good. It's just a bunch of people browsing. Nobody's pulling the trigger. They're just driving around spending $100 to $150 a week in gas. And I say that to you guys not to expose anybody, but I'm telling you the reality is even these realtor.com leads, it's a bunch of people just browsing that are using up their vacation. They're starting to disconnect and wait till the new year things to happen. And you're going to get a lot of these leads, a bunch of people just browsing that are bored at home, that got nothing to do, that are not serious. And you don't want to focus on those right now. You want to focus on the right now business. For example, if you guys can see here, I'm very transparent. I think I talked to Chris about this yesterday. Today's the 19th. Verify with you guys. Just within a 10-mile radius, 74 expired listings hit the market. Now you can see most of them are in the high. If I was to average it out, I would say in the high 40 to 50 leads a day of houses that are not selling. That these are the people that were raising their hand that they wanted to sell their house. And this is only a 10-mile radius. That's why I keep harping that the best lead source for this market right now, not forever, I think is expired listings. Now, expires are a little hard, but they're also a little easy. The reason why I say they're easy is because a lot of people are scared to go after them. Now, if you guys think about it, imagine if there was no objections. What would you guys be doing if there was no objections? Maria, would you be calling everybody if there was no objections? Think about that. Like, let's say you could call anybody right now and there was no objections. Would you be making more calls? If there was no objections, like...
Well, maybe a 10% higher than I do now, yeah.
What about you, Chris? If there was no objections right now and I say, here's a list of sellers, call them right now, they want to sell. 74 of them didn't sell. The 74 did not sell right now, bro. Here it is. Free. You don't got to give me nothing. It's all free right here. I'll send you the PDF. You could upload it on your dialer just like I showed Chris Ramos yesterday, right? Not Ramos, but Caballero. I showed Caballero. There's a lot of Chris's here. Caballero, how fast was it to upload your leads yesterday?
Very fast. Easy.
Imagine, you guys have, I know it sounds repetitive, and I think I was having this conversation with Castillo this morning. I know real estate is repetitive. I know it is. It's just like a lot of these things are repetitive, but remember, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it, right? Tiger Woods had the same swing over and over, and that's what made him great. He didn't change anything. He just kept doing the same thing over and over. And I get it. I saw some people this morning, for example, Leo Robles, he put a reel saying, when are agents going to get off the hamster wheel? When are agents going to get off the hamster wheel? That they keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. If you know that the lead source you have right now is not a good lead source, don't focus on your lead source, that lead source right now. Focus on the one that's going to get you paid in the next 30, 60, or 90 days. And this one is the best lead source right now is expireds. Hands down, expires are the best lead sources right now. And you could get them for free. All you do is got to raise your hand. Remember, you get them from Hugo. You could get them from Title. You could get them from me. You could upload them on your KV Core, which has a dialer already built into it. For some of you that don't know, KV Core has a dialer where you can dial from KV Core. You don't have to hand dial yourself, right? Why do I focus on expires? I'm going to ask you guys that question right now. I think I've been telling you guys I'm working on a software right now. I'm building my own robot. And this robot it's going to do exactly what I do. And it's going to answer the objections the way I answer them. And right now it's having a huge conversion. Just in the last, let me see if I could get it to show you guys. Just in the last 30 days, I don't think it's been a month. I think I'm having about 60 conversations with 60 sellers within a month. Now, I'll tell you guys this because I think you guys can all do it, not just me. But the last thing I want to do is personally give, for example, I'll go back to Ramos, a lead, and then he doesn't close it. That means we just lost our money, right? That's why you want to train as much as much as you want to. You want to train as much as possible. That's why I also talk to Jesse. Normally, right now, I'm waking up about 3:45 to try to make the best of my time. But I'll be honest with you guys, I've been psyching myself out. I'm going to start waking up every day at 3 a.m. so that I can get 1 hour of training on Grant Cardone University so I could get better at conversion. But these are my 60 conversations. These are all brand new. And this thing just goes on. And it's hard. As an individual, it's very hard to try to talk to all these people by myself. I cannot do it. I'll be honest with you, with 10 people ready, after that I get lost, right? So sometimes I'm not even replying to these leads. These little orange question marks is that the robot is waiting for a command, right? I'm showing you this, guys, because I know next year this is going to take off, and I'm looking for help. I'm looking for people that can learn how to deal with expireds, right? Because there's only 3 reasons that listing became expired. Now, I got 2 gift cards. Does anybody know those 3 reasons? You don't have to say them in order, but raise your hand. Does everybody know why are the 3 reasons, the top 3 reasons why expires happen in this market? Chris?
Overpriced, not marketed well.
I'm sorry?
Not marketed well.
Not marketed as well?
The price, the agent, and the condition.
Boom. Chris Caballero. Let's give it up to Chris Caballero. He knows his stuff. He did not. Here you go, Chris. So those are the 3 reasons, guys. So think about that. It's crazy, right? I'm giving you the reasons why the house didn't sell. I'm literally telling you why the house didn't sell. It's the price, the condition of the house, or the agent. And let's talk about a little bit about the agent, because I think a lot of people got confused yet. Remember, when you say the agent and the person tells you, or the seller tells you, well, why the agent? You can say, oh, well, how did you happen to choose your agent? The reason why you want to say that, you don't want to start bad mouthing that agent, because chances are, and it's happened to me before, right? It's the agent selling it is the owner of the house. That's one. Number 2, it could be the spouse or the child. So you do not want to go down that rabbit hole talking bad about the agent. You want to let them know what you have to offer. Because they're going to say, hey, Carlos, you just sound like everybody else that uses the same script, the Mike Ferry script. And I read it. I was reading it last night. It says, oh, what are you going to do different this time around to choosing the right agent? Or the Mike Ferry script says, when are you going to be hiring the right agent to sell your house? That's like in the top of the script, which is horrible. And that script just will not work for you. And I've tested it before, and I know this is a very powerful script. If you don't have it, Carlos is right here. I know this is a very powerful script, and I'm willing to test it in front of you calling expires. If I have to log on Mojo right now, live in front of you guys, I will do it. It only takes me a few seconds to click it. But I want to show you why it's important to call expires, right? I just told you where the lead source comes in. I can also show you the responses that I have. And let me see what else I can show you guys. Here's all the people that are replying right now currently. Some of them need a call back. But once again, I don't have time to call 60 people. I would be lying to you guys. So these leads are going to go to waste. So imagine if you're showing up every day and you're learning this script, hey, I don't mind throwing you that lead. You just have to close it. Because I cannot go on every single listing appointment. I can't call everybody at the same time. It's nearly impossible. But before we go to that, I'm going to play a video. If you guys want to know about this guy more, you can look it up on your own time. And his name is Brandon. I think he's one of the best expired coaches out there. And I think me and Ramos talked about him. I mean, the way he talks about it and explain how to deal with an expired, it's really, really good. So let me play you guys this Brandon Merinian. I don't want to spell it wrong, but I'm going to play this little clip right here. I want you guys to learn how he does it with his student and how easy of a transition it is to talk to an expired. And he's going to explain the reasons I just told you. Cool? Here we go.
You're in a conversation with an expired. Navigate us through that conversation from the second they say hello to where you're setting the appointment.
Yep, so the framework of it is obviously first thing is I want to do a pattern interrupt. I want to identify myself as an agent and then give them permission to end this conversation before it starts, right? And now I found that their curiosity has been spiked and they're more open to having a conversation with me. And then at that point, Brandon, I just have a couple questions where I am curious of why it didn't sell, and I'm not as much as why it didn't sell, but why do they think it didn't sell? Because then if I know that, Brandon, then I'm able to potentially add value to them. And it's funny because I talked about pain when we first started. If I can figure out why they think it didn't sell, they're going to sell me on the pain. And then all I have to do is I just push on that a little bit and then help them get to where that pain isn't there anymore.
I love it. All right, cool. So that's like the strategy. Do you want to get into maybe some of the delivery on, how is it that you're asking these questions? How is it that you're getting permission at the beginning of the call? Maybe we'll have to do a little bit of role play so we can.
I was about to say, let's role play it.
Let's just role play.
Let's role play. Cool. So ring, Brandon.
Hello. Yeah, this is Brandon.
Brandon, hey, this is Asher. I'm a realtor. And listen, before you hang up, I was hoping to ask you a quick question about the home for sale. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so Brandon, I saw it came off the market unsold, and I didn't know if you had sold it privately or if it might still be available.
Yeah, we didn't sell it. It's still for sale.
Okay, fair enough. And Brandon, I was just kind of surprised to see that it didn't sell, and I was curious, when your agent was updating you each week and sharing feedback with you, did they share a strategy of why it hadn't sold and what they were planning to do at that point?
I wish. I mean, that's just the thing. I mean, we didn't hear from the agent. We didn't get a lot of feedback from the agent. And the problem is, after we started working with her, we heard from her a lot, and then the communication kind of just disappeared.
Interesting. Okay, and I guess, Brandon, had it sold, were you guys planning to buy something here locally, or were you looking to relocate altogether?
Well, the plan was to get something bigger. I mean, and it's just this whole process is so frustrating. And I mean, we don't know what we're going to do right now, but that was the original plan.
Gotcha. And Brandon, do you have another minute before I let you go? I have another question or two.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so your home looks great and it's in a great area. I'm just shocked that you're even considering selling it. Why? I mean, obviously the bigger home's nice, but why are you even considering selling it, Brandon?
Well, that's the thing. You're right. I mean, we love it here. I wish we didn't have to. We've got a growing family, and my wife's about to give. We got another one on the way. That'll be number 4 for us. So we've got to get something.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
We got to get something bigger. But I would rather stay here. I'd rather not go through all this bullshit and having to deal with this and all these agents calling us. No offense, but we just don't want to deal with this anymore. But we've got to get more space.
Yeah, understood. Brandon, it sounds like you guys are getting ready for kid number 4. But if you got an offer with terms you liked, a price that made sense, you wouldn't need to worry about all the showings, and it was just a lot cleaner and easier, and you knew what was going to happen. Is that something that would be a problem at this point?
No, I mean that's what we want to have happen.
Yeah. Well, Brandon, what if I did this? Before I let you go, can I make just a quick recommendation?
Sure.
Okay, Brandon, listen, I don't know if it would make any sense for us to work together. I mean, we've never met, I haven't seen your home, but would you be totally opposed to inviting me over one day this week, and when I'm there I can share a strategy that's helped our clients sell their homes for the top dollar and get it done quickly without the stress of showings? And then at the end of our appointment, Brandon, we can decide if working together makes sense or not, because let's be honest, you wouldn't consider hiring me unless you felt that I could actually get your home sold, right?
Wow. You have mastered the delivery of the expired script. Truly. I mean,
I appreciate that.
I mean, anybody listening to this or watching this on YouTube, all you have to do is go back, rewind, and then listen to Asher. Not just the words, because I think, Asher, you'd agree, you can't just hold up the script and read it. All right, Bob, no, it's all about the delivery. Asher, you nailed it, dude.
I
Now,
appreciate that. Thank
the
you.
audience can see why. I mean, there's so much going on there. We don't have time to unpack all of the entire strategy. That
We'd be here a couple hours, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we would. But it's apparent why people want to invite you over. The way you position yourself, how you deliver the script, how well.
What do you guys think? Any questions? Maria?
No,
I thought you raised your hand.
no.
I'm going to show you guys this sheet right here. These are sellers right now that I'm calling with Carlos. Now, we keep track when we follow up with them, right? A lot of these people are going to be bombarded the first week. These expires, there's a lot of people calling them the first week. You also want to call people back a week later. You don't have to get the list every day. But you have to call you have to call them with intention. So when you call, if they don't answer, you leave a message. Number 2, you follow up with a text, which your digital business card. You want to do that. Number 3, so we got the call, the text. You want to send them an email. You want to send them an email why you're trying to contact them. Number 4, did everybody in here get my resume? Everybody got it?
Yes, I did.
You didn't get it? Nobody got it on the group?
Yes, it was on the better agents.
Let me see if I can share it with you guys. Let me see if I can find it real quick. We can make you this, let me see where it's at. Let me look for it. I sent it like less than a week ago. I'm looking through my email, sorry guys, but either way, I'm going to share with you guys some stuff real quick. Okay, here it is. So, I can, Ramos was good enough to send me this, and I'm like, you know what, let me revise it and change it up a little. But his is great, but I made some changes, right? I can send you this digital resume that you can attach to your email, or you can attach to a text to let them know that who you guys are. Now, it looks very professionally made. Of course, I brand the company. I use the company colors. Of course, don't get it. Yeah. I'll make it for you guys. Just give me a time. I can go back. I have all the PDFs. All I need to do is change my phone number, email, and license. And just send me a picture. So this is page 1 of how that resume looks to the expired. Here's a little autobiography about myself with the picture. Of course, my logo. Here's a realist resume of how we get home sold. Bunch of fluff, but it looks good, right? Stay with me here. Here's why we target expired listings. Let me make it a little smaller so you guys can see it. It talks about how we specialize, how we put them back on the market, how we come up with a strategic pricing. I mean, it is to the T. If you send this to an expire, you're going to have a lot of engagement because I have 62 conversations right now after I send this text blast and an email blast, right? Stay with me. Here we go. What is our commitment? Pretty much our core values of what we will do different that the other agent didn't do or how we're going to communicate with them. If you guys notice on the video, Brandon asked him when the agent said, well, how many times was your agent updating you? He even laughed. Like, that means that he wasn't getting any updates. Our mission statement is pretty fair and square. It's just a bunch of words that make us look fancy. Our photography that we do. I mean, some of us, I know for the most part, we do great pictures. We even do digital staging. We do not do any cell phone pictures here. The selling process, here's one thing that people don't do when they're selling a property. It's kind of like doing the buying process, but the selling process, I pretty much let them know each step what we're going to do step by step so that the seller is not in limbo asking, well, remember his house didn't sell, so he doesn't know what the steps are.
You should send that to him.
Yeah, I will send it to him, right? So here's step one, and so you guys could take a look at it. It goes all the way in route, step by step, what I'm going to be doing. Coordinate a pre-showing. Coordinate with the title company lender to inspect the appraisal. I mean, you guys get it. It keeps going and going and going. What the steps are going to be, right? And here's our marketing plan. How many of you guys have a marketing plan for a listing? I can tell you nobody has one. Nobody has. What we all have, and this is a reality, guys, we have the post and pray method. Let's be transparent. When we get a listing, the only thing we do is put it, and I say we, and sometimes if I have a little money, I'll spend a little more. But let's be honest with each other. How many of us are using that one listing to get more deals, right? Do we do MLS blast? Do we put Facebook ads? Do we do KV Core ads? Does the Facebook for you as well? Do we do Instagram ads? Do we order postcards? Do we do it just sold after it's sold? Not many of us are doing that because we want to keep that money in our pocket. Let's be transparent. That's why sometimes we don't give referral business because we're not really doing what we say we're supposed to be doing. This is a full marketing plan of how you're going to market that property. This marketing plan got me the listing in Running Springs, and that's an expired. This marketing plan, the guy was selling with his, bless you, the guy was selling with his niece. His niece didn't even tell him that she had a marketing plan. This little piece of paper here got me that listing, right? I'm going to send it to you guys, and then I can make it for you if you want me to make it with your information. And I don't want to share this right now, but this is something that, because people say, oh, you're a discounted agent, this and that. Let me explain to you how I did this, okay? So this is my no-risk listing program. And I'm going to explain it to you guys so you guys can explain it to whoever you're dealing with. So if you find the buyer and I handle the entire transaction, it's 3%. What does that mean? Some of these sellers, of course, you tell them, hey, you're going to pay me 2% to sell your property, right? If you find the buyer, I only charge you 1% for the paperwork. That's how I get my 3%. Okay? Stay with me on that. If I find a buyer, you're only going to pay me 1.75% on the buying side. That's what's happening with us in Hawaiian Gardens. I'm getting 1.75%. Christian is getting the other 2%. So that's how I got my 3.75. Because sometimes sellers don't want a dual agency, or they'll try to say, hey, can you cut your commission? How many times does that happen to you, Deborah? Has anybody ever told you, hey, Deborah, you're going to double end it. Can you cut some of your commission? So that doesn't happen. You want to put it on another partner. You want to put it on somebody else. It's not that you're trying to be sneaky. You just got to get paid, right? And that's how I will get my 3.75%. Now, if the other agent brings the buyer and I just list your property, I'm only going to walk away with my 2%. This is the best way to explain it, and they kind of love it. This is a no-risk listing program. But agents don't take the time to explain this to a seller because the whole commission conversation, people get scared. But if you master it and you make it internal to yourself, it's very easy. That's why I have it right there. And they're going to ask you about that. And here are just some past clients. I'm sure Felix has been telling you guys when you guys sell a property, and I believe in it, even if you help buyers, I believe you could get reviews from buyers. Did you guys know that? That you guys can get reviews from buyers on Realtor and Zillow? These are just some that I copy and paste, and I just put the logo to let them know that I do work for those two companies, which I do get lead sources from. And even if you're a new agent, it doesn't matter. We can put that for you to make you look like a superstar. So this is one thing I wanted to share with you guys. Another thing that I have here that I'm going to give everybody. These are six books I've been working with Robert. And I have a buyer one, a selling one, a purchase one, a veteran one, and how to get your home sold, and an expire one. I'll just click on one just so you guys could get an idea. They're very simple ebooks, and it tells you step by step how to sell those type of properties and what conversations to have. This is how the ebook looks. And I'll share it with you guys. It'll tell you everything step by step. What is it going to take? What you should be looking for? What you should be training on? And I'll keep going real quick so you guys can see it. This is the conversations you're supposed to be having with buyers right now. The buyers right now, our open houses are gold. But these are some of the things you have to be asking, some of the questions. Does anybody have any questions right now? Alex.
If that's the one you say you had a la carte,
Is that the one that?
a la carte, you say you had
A la
your listing
carte.
appointments, and then you had all of those,
Different things to offer?
that's what you call a la carte?
Yeah, that's what I call a cart. I can airdrop to you guys these, or let me see how I can just send it to Alex Garcia and make sure that you guys all get these ebooks. I printed them out and I go one through one because it's a good refresher. We've been getting these ebooks from other people that we've been doing a podcast with Robert. But these are the things that I'm doing right now to be successful. And now if you guys see the script here, the script right here that I gave you guys, that's what's going to make you money right now if you want to go down that route. It's really up to you. It's really up to you. This is a system we're using. I think, Caballero, you asked me. This is a system we're using to make calls. You have to make the call. The text, the email, the voicemail, all that's going to work, but you still got to make the call. You got to learn the script. That's why it's so important to learn this right now. Jesse, let me ask you a question. And I'll ask you because I know you travel a lot of offices all week. What are you seeing right now, or where you see the business coming from? Because I know you do a lot of open houses too.
Where do I see the business coming from?
Yeah.
Just agents that are not taking their foot off the pedal. Like a lot of them are coming up with these excuses that, their agents their buyers want to wait, till the rates go down. Which a lot of them are not overcoming that objection and they're just sitting there waiting with them. And the ones that are actually doing it are the ones that are overcoming that objection and still taking them out to show houses. But a lot of them are getting their business from handing out their business cards in a line. If you're out, hand out your business card. I like to jump into conversations even when I'm out there. Make it your business, and you're never gonna get ahead. You're just gonna keep waiting for it to fall in your lap. So business is coming out from conversations.
What about the open houses? How many people are you getting right now at open houses?
The open house I did this weekend, it was fair. It wasn't too bad. We got Saturday was a good day. I think we got about maybe, I'd say about 20 families. That wasn't too bad. But Sunday was a little slower. Sunday was probably about 10, maybe, if that. But it only takes one. So as long as you can find one or two in there, that'll help your money.
Anybody got any questions? Any questions on what you should be doing right now, or does anybody have any uncertainty? Anything that's crossing your mind? Deborah.
Can you go back to, on that slide, where you were saying about the commission?
All right, let me go back to it.
So you're sending that resume to clients that are engaging with you, or is that what you're doing?
Yes. So, to answer your question, yes, not only am I sending this, I'll open it up right now. You want me to go back through this, Deborah?
Yeah, I just had a question.
Okay,
Okay, so when you start out,
I'll go back to you.
even though you broke it down like that, which is great, but then you give them a total,
Yes.
or you give them the breakdown?
Yeah, so I give them the total, right? So I have this one guy, I think your wife is talking to him. The 1.3 million yesterday.
Well, Woodland Hills?
Yeah, in Woodland Hills. So I gave Carlos's wife a lead yesterday for 1.3 million. Their house is fully paid off, and they're buying it in Woodland Hills. And normal houses there are like minimum like 1.2 million. It's an expired. And he asked me, hey, can you explain to me the breakdown that you sent me? He goes, because my agent didn't do that for me. I said, so you don't know what you were paying out? He's 72 years old. They didn't know what they were paying out. So I explained it to him. Okay, I said, I'm going to charge you a total of 3% to sell your house. And if you find a buyer or a family member buys a house from you.
Let me stop. No, I understand that part. But my thing is, do you tell him we're gonna charge you 5% and then give him this breakdown? Or do you
No.
start with the breakdown?
I just start with the breakdown.
Okay, yeah.
And right now, the reality is very hard for you to get 5%. I've been getting objections. Oh, that's too high. Some people will question your commission if you don't bring enough value to them. But if you put it up front and you talk about your numbers, most likely they won't question it. But it's very rare. I don't know anybody here who's collecting 5%. Anybody here?
No. I mean the total between
The buyer.
and the seller.
Yeah, but remember, because it's our responsibility to tell the sellers, hey, just so you know, the buyer agent can negotiate with you. What are you willing to pay up to? And they might say, oh, Deborah, I'm not paying up to 2%. So now it's our responsibility to educate them. Hey, they might charge you more than the 2% they could negotiate that with you, but you don't have to accept. We could counter that back. But I tried to make it where it's a win-win. Even at 2%, 2.5%, it's still good. It's still good commission. And plus, remember, these people are pissed. Remember, when you're dealing with an expired, they already went through maybe 3 months of wasting their time. They could have been in escrow and they had a job relocation and now they haven't moved. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios right now that I can tell you right now. Like the guy in Running Springs, the niece didn't even do an open house. She took pictures with her cell phone. I think she did that because that's her family and she thought it would be lenient of her not to spend the money. Or the lady in Hawaiian Gardens that we did the open house this week, we had over 50 people, nothing but investors. They went with the friend, and the friend was selling the property for $450 when it's a complete teardown. Complete teardown. I had to put it at $390, and we have 50 people. We might double end it. We'll know by today by 12 if the guy's going to move forward because he's trying to pay cash, which he has the money, but he also wants to go conventional after fixing it. So by 12 o'clock, we will know, but most likely we're going to double end it. But they want to know how you can save them money after this very bad experience, right? Another conversation that I'm having with them is, hey, do you know if your property has an assumable loan? And they're like, what's that? Even if it doesn't go down that route, at least you knowing that conversation makes you a smarter, more value agent. Like you're just bringing more value to them. And these are easy conversations, I kid you not. In the beginning, you got literally 6-7 seconds to grab the person's attention. So you want to just call them by their name. Don't waste their time. Just say, hey, is this Carlos? Yes. Hey, Carlos, this is Deborah with C21. The reason for my call is and to make sure I'm not wasting your time, are you still taking any offers on your property? Be quiet. He'll say, no, we're not. We took it off the market. I mean, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff. Whatever they tell you, say, okay, got it. Thanks for sharing. By the way, if I was to get you an offer for the million you were asking for, would that pose a problem in the next 30 days? Now you grab their attention. Now you got my attention there. And then you just go down the script. Hey, when you were on the market, Carlos, did your agent bring you any offers? And you're going to hear everything you want to hear, but that's me being smart. See the questions I'm asking? I'm probing for you. I ask open-end questions. I don't ask questions where it leads me to a dead end. There has to be open-end questions. You want to get an answer, a yes to every question. If you hear the word no means you just haven't provided enough facts. That's the reality. The word no means you didn't give me facts. That's why I say I'm no to you. The word I'm not interested just means you haven't provided enough value. So when somebody says, hey, Deborah, would you like to sell your house? Say no.
No.
You know what, Deborah? That's question number one. Question number two, do you have 30 seconds? See?
No.
I just made you laugh. So when you do little things like that, I'm telling you guys, I swear to God, I gotta change my schedule. I have to be more strict with my schedule, and I have to time block. I have to tell myself, okay, from 11 to 1, I don't want no interruptions. I'm gonna close my door, and I'm gonna smile and dial and get dialed in, because I know all the answers to whatever they're gonna tell me. That's why it's so important to do this every day, so that you can even if you get, Deborah, even if you get one appointment a week, that's 4 appointments a month. Let's say 4 appointments a month. Let's say she gets one listing. At least she has one listing from that one lead source, right? She's still doing open houses. She might get a buyer from there. She might get another listing. That's 2 deals. So if you just focus on the small things, itty bitty things. Even if you get 2 deals consistently every month, that's 24 deals a year. That's a lot of deals right now in this time, from what I'm hearing from other brokers. Because I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I talk to a lot of brokers all day, every day. Some of them are my friends from Keller Williams, Remax. I know what agents are doing. And I ask the people like Jesse or Hugo that go to other offices, and I ask them, hey, what are these top agents in that office doing? And it's pretty much the same thing I'm doing. It's pretty much the same thing. So we're all doing the same thing. It's just you got to find the lead. Jesse.
When you find that lead and you have that conversation, you should be setting up your conversation all the time. Even when you're at home and you're driving and you're talking to yourself, role play with yourself in your head and set up your conversations with the right answer. Like, if I ask this question, they should answer with this. If I ask this question, they should answer with that. And if you take that mindset into your meeting with your client, that's how you're gonna, that's what Alfred does. I notice when Alfred speaks, he sets up his conversations. Stay in control of your conversation, speak with confidence and conviction, and set up your answers according to the question. Ask specific questions that you know they're gonna answer this, they're gonna answer with this. And once they do that, it's the ball's in your court. It's up to you now to have them sign, and you're done.
Does anybody have any objections that you're getting right now? Not just with sellers, with buyers. Does anybody have an objection, Alex Castillo, that you're getting? Anybody you're talking to that's not moving? Not moving? Not so far. What about you, Carlos? I know you dial. How long do you dial for every day, Carlos?
I've been trying to stay consistent at least 2 hours, but like yesterday, I think I did about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, I'd like to dial at least 4 hours a day. That should be the goal. Doesn't have to be like consistent 4 hours, but maybe 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, and then midday, and then towards the evening, right? Sometimes you don't get the people on the phone, so it just depends on. But that's the goal, 4 hours at least.
So,
I think I'm averaging about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
so listen, guys. I'll be honest. I'm not even getting that much. I'm not even getting that much call time, and I wish I was. But right now, as we're getting into the holiday season, you guys see, right? What's gonna happen in the beginning of the year? Everybody is like going to the gym. That gym will be packed the beginning of the year. Right now, the gym has specials in the beginning of the year, because we all know, hey, we're gonna start New Year with health and this and that and blah blah blah, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm waiting to the New Year to that happen, right? But in our business, whatever we start now, we might not even close it till next year. And I personally do not want to start the new year without a check. And I don't think anybody here either. But you have to ask yourself, am I training enough? Am I role playing enough? Am I looking for other lead sources enough? Because they're all right here for free.
So the way I see it is like, towards the end of the year, people are making their goals for next year. They're thinking about maybe selling, downsizing, upsizing, going to a different school, different city. So it's the best time to call. That's how I see it.
And
You should always have you should always be 1 quarter ahead of yourself. So your fourth quarter is really your first quarter.
so when does fourth quarter start? I'm confused about all these quarters. When does that start?
November, December, October.
November,
December.
Yeah.
So it's October, November, December. 3 months is 1 quarter in real estate?
A quarter of a year.
3 months, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so I was just confused. I thought it was every 4 months.
No.
So you have January, February, March,
That's quarter.
1.
Okay.
April, May, June,
Q2.
July, August, September, October, November, December. It's one.
Got it.
So you should be working 1 quarter ahead. Once the fourth quarter starts, you should be really working for the first quarter, and so forth. Keep yourself ahead of the game.
So for example, tax season next year, right? Right now, I'm working on those numbers with my clients.
Got it. And you guys know everybody's going to want to do something in the beginning of the year. The ones that are doing stuff right now are the serious ones where you could snag a good deal right now. Some sellers are getting desperate. They want to sell their house for whatever reason. So imagine if you're not calling them, somebody else is going to be calling them. And this is a reality. They were talking about, I'll talk about a little bit about UFC. They say that John Jones, which is the #1 heavyweight champion of the world, that everybody hates him in the UFC. And the reason why they hate him is because they can't beat him. So what they do, they'll hate on you. It's the same thing in this business. There's a bunch of haters. I'm telling you guys that I have hundreds of them.
I'm here and I'm a hater. I hate on you.
So look, the reality is this. You got to do this for yourself. You got to do this for your family. And you got to find your why you're doing this. It's very simple. Some of these trainings, like I said yesterday, we take for granted. Because we're like, oh, it's going to be there. Oh, it's because it's free. And when you don't pay attention. When there's no money, there's no skin in the game, you won't take it serious. But I want to hang around top producers. I want to do more. I want to do more for the office. I want to bring new people. I want to bring new speakers. I want to do more training. And another thing that's coming, just so you guys know, the wave is coming, the AI. That thing is going to erase you off the map. If you don't start looking into it, the next 2 years, you're done as a realtor. You really are. You need to learn about AI systems because that AI can do everything for you. It can create flyers for you now. Now I've been testing mine. I can create flyers. I can create home evaluations. I mean, it does it all within seconds. So if you don't learn like the robot that I'm building, that I'm showing you guys right now, and I want you guys to remember this conversation, this robot right here, it's going to reply to anything that the person says to me based on a keyword. It's going to be able to hit them within seconds of reply because people don't want to wait. People want things instantly. Now let me see if I can find one with an email. I think this one has an email. Let me show you guys. That's one email that went out. I'm going to see if I could look at another one. Does anybody have any questions? Any concerns? Anything you want to do different next year that you're not doing this year?
I have a question.
Go for it, Deborah.
Okay, you said you can, on that, listing, what was it? Oh, hold on, go back. You gave us a profile.
Okay.
Is there a sign-up sheet or how are you doing that? Well, you said that you can create
the profile for you? So all you do is just text me.
Okay.
All I need is your information and a picture. That's it. Your information, which is your first name, last name, the way it's on your license, the phone number, the best email for you, and a picture. That's all I need from you, and I'll do it for you. It'll take me a day or two, but I'll do it for you because I already have the template built out. All I need to go there is plug and play. Now here's one email. I was looking for another email. There's another email I send out that has a home evaluation. And that email, people can scan it, and it takes them directly to a calculator that tells them what their house is almost worth. Now, how many of you guys have heard of My Home IQ? Okay, sign up for it. It's free. Lenders need to pay for it, but not agents. It's called My Home IQ. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Damn, I'm giving you guys all the nuggets today. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty much a calculator, and you can send all your buyers or sellers. They can find out what their monthly mortgage will be, what the houses in the area are selling for. It's pretty cool. It's called My Home IQ. My Home IQ. It's super cool. It's a very powerful tool. I'm using it for expires, just to let them know maybe why their house didn't sell, right? It's all here. It's going to tell them, well, your house didn't sell because you were overpriced. Any questions, anybody? Two things. Who wants to see a live call session for 10 minutes or a role play between Carlos and me? Role play. Yeah. Because in this one, all they do is put their address, and there's a little calculator there where they think it's worth, and then they move the toggle switch, and it'll let them know what the houses are selling for. That's what it does. It just lets them know what their houses are selling in the area, and it gives them all the houses that look exactly like theirs, what they're selling for. That's why it's called My Home IQ. You just gotta mess with it. For agents, it's free. For loan officers, I think they have to pay. But it's a pretty cool tool. I'm already including it once again on my system. It's just providing value. That's all I'm doing, Gloria. Just giving them value. Telling them why their house didn't sell, or how much it's worth, or what do I think it's worth. And when they log in, it lets you know that they logged in. It's pretty cool. All right, I heard that you guys want to hear since I know Carlos is calling expires. Carlos, here's the script, Carlos. I think there's a typo on this one. I'm gonna fix it when I get home because I know I'm using this one. Here you go, Carlos. So it's just one little small typo on number 2. So, Carlos, we'll go back and forth. I know you're calling expires, so we're going to try to stay on the script so we don't sound any different to anybody. On the other pages, guys, there's the common objections that I'm getting. You can look through them, take that with you. Just look at it. If it's something that you wanna dive in, come see me. I will love your help calling expires. I need help. So if you want something, especially for the new agents that don't have bad habits, come see me. Right? It's the truth. The new ones are the best ones. I need help with expires. So if you train with me and you want to learn about expires, just remember they're all listings. So that's all they are. And I'll walk you through the process and I'll make calls with you. I love making calls. I can't wait to make a call, to be honest with you guys. All right.
A particular breed.
Right? All right, guys. Here we are.
Ring, ring.
So, Carlos, I'm the seller. You're the agent. Okay.
He's gonna flip it around on me,
because
right?
I don't want to make
right.
it too easy. You want it easy?
No. Let's do it.
I think Tim Grover said, if you want life to be easy, things need to be hard.
That's fine.
Right?
Go for it.
Here we go, Carlos. Ring the phone. I'm like
You're the
pissed off
client.
expired.
You're the pissed off expired. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Mr. John?
Yes. Who's calling?
Hi, John. I'm a realtor, and before you hang up, I was hoping to ask you a quick question about your home. No, I messed that up.
No. Go. Keep going. You're good.
I saw it came off the market, and I wasn't sure if you had sold it privately, or if you still are accepting any offers.
Do you have a buyer for me, Carlos?
I do, for the right price.
Got it.
Hey, I'm shocked that your house didn't sell. Tell me more.
Well, you know what, Carlos? I hired Maria, and she told me that my house was worth $1 million and that right now the market was great. It's been 3 months, and the holidays are here, so I just took it off the market.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Typically, when you hire an agent, what would you be looking for?
Well, Maria's been selling all of our family homes, so I just gave her a call, and she always sells our homes or helps us buy homes, so I don't think it would be a problem. I think it's the market, Carlos.
Was she updating you through the whole process of the selling?
Yeah, she was updating us. Wait a minute, are you going off script?
I'm just trying to.
Try to stay out. Wait. No, that's great.
I like that.
That's great. That's
just,
great, but remember, there's people here. I was like, where the hell did you get that at?
All right, let's go on script. I'll go on script.
Go on script
Go on
because
script. You like that?
On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate it?
yeah. Here we go again.
All right, let's start
Damn,
over.
Carlos.
Good job, Carlos.
Yeah, I wanted to continue, but I was looking at people's faces and they were like, where did I put that at?
All right.
That's a little advanced, Mike Ferry.
No.
All right, Carlos,
All right, let's do it again.
Here we
Let's
go.
start off from the beginning. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mr. John?
Yes, who's calling?
Hey, I'm a realtor, and before you hang up, I was hoping to ask you a quick question about your home for sale. Would that be okay?
Yeah, what is it, Carlos? You're like the 5th agent to call me. Don't you guys have better things to do?
Only 5 out of 3,000 agents in the area have called you? Hey, so listen, I saw it came off the market. I wasn't sure if you had sold it privately or if it was still available.
Do you have a buyer for me, Carlos?
I do, for the right price. Hey, I'm shocked that your home, like yours, typically sell right away. Let me ask you this. I'm not sure if it still makes sense or if you get an offer in the price and the terms. Is it too late?
It's never too late, Carlos, but you sound like all the rest of the agents. I just hanged up on Christian Ramos. He said the same thing, and I asked him, where were you around when my house was for sale?
I was on vacation. That's why I'm calling you now.
Oh, okay. Must be nice.
Hey, I'm curious. When your previous agent was updating you, what did he say was keeping your home from selling?
She said that the whole political Donald Trump, blah, 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 that's why the houses were not selling. But my house is nice, and my neighbor just sold his for $2 million.
Got it. Well, hey, listen, your home looks great. Is it an option to just stay put?
Well, Carlos, the holidays are here. So, yeah, we're just thinking about staying put and maybe putting it back on the market next year when the market's better now that Trump is our president.
And in a perfect world, when did you plan on moving originally?
Well, our plans were to be in Colorado to enjoy the snow, but now we're here, and I'll have a bunch of agents just calling me all day, and and they're all saying they have a buyer, but they were never here for the open houses.
Okay, well, hey, listen, before you let me go, can I make a recommendation?
Sure, what is it, Carlos?
Listen, it's totally up to you, but if you want, I'd be happy to stop by one day this week, and when I'm there, I can show you completely a new strategy of what I'm using with my clients right now to sell your home, just like yours. And then you can decide if potentially hiring me makes sense or not. And if not, it's totally fine. It's that something that you'd be opposed to?
No, Carlos, you sound like a nice guy.
Okay, because let's face it. The only way you'd even consider hiring me, I'm not saying you would. Damn, dude, this script is like, it doesn't make any sense right here, bro. I wouldn't say that. If you felt 100% confident that I could sell your home for the price you wanted or more, am I right?
No, Carlos, you're right.
Okay, well, I'm looking at my calendar, and I don't know if you can, but can we meet up next week, Tuesday or Wednesday in the morning or in the afternoon?
You're changing the script, but yeah, we could meet up next week. So I'll stop everybody there. So give Carlos a round of applause, guys.
Yeah, it's a good strip, but you have to like really learn it.
Yeah. So real quick, when you're making calls, you don't have to go
By a script.
by the script. That's one thing. Let me be the first one to tell you because I hear this every day. I don't want to sound like a robot. I don't want to sound like a robot. Hey, if I'm going to sound like a robot to have 4 escrows open, shit, I'm going to sound like a robot. Let's get that over that because that's our ego telling us, right? So this script, remember, is just a guide for a great conversation. Is so that you know what questions to ask. You don't have to ask them in that order. But if you're having these type of conversations, I feel comfortable giving you the lead. I feel comfortable like, hey, here's the lead, here's our agreement, and that's it. We move on to the next deal. But this is right now, we have 74 opportunities right now to call those 74 sellers. I guarantee you, I'm gonna put them on my dialer right now. I'm gonna call them. I guarantee you, I'm gonna get one appointment. That's just today. So you just gotta ask yourself, like, if you have nobody to call, you gotta come see us. You gotta come and ask questions. Come to me. Come to Felix. If you don't have a list of people to call, come see us. If you don't have a CRM, come see us. If you're lost, or you think like, hey, you know what? I've been doing this schedule for the last 15 years. And I think I want to change, come see us. Don't wait till the new year to get here. It's up to you if you want to stay comfortable. Hey, I want to do 50 to 100 deals next year. That's my goal. I'm kind of halfway there. I'm almost at 30. So I hit that target. I at least going to land somewhere in the middle. So I'm inviting you guys. I love how Chris, Caballero and Alex, they're always consistent, or Carlos or Gloria and some of you guys that are here that I'm not naming. You just gotta stay on it, guys, and trust me. As we get closer to the holidays, don't get distracted because there's a lot of distractions out there. I know there's people on vacation, and I'm sorry I'm going, but please, I deserve it. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Because sometimes I'll say it myself, I'm scrolling, and that's the worst thing that you can do is scroll, and you start seeing all these other agents closing deals, going on vacations, buying themselves luxury things. It's gonna demeanor you. It's gonna kill your vibe. You can't compare yourself with other people. You are where you're supposed to be. Trust me, you are where you're supposed to be right now. But once again, the tools are here for you. If you want them, they're free. You don't gotta pay for it. I'm going to send all those ebooks to Alex Garcia as soon as I get back to the office so you guys can see them. Those are things that we're creating to give out. You got to give in order to receive. That's just the rule of thumb. The more you give, the more you'll receive eventually. But does anybody have any questions? Anything? Just so you guys know, Running Springs is available if you guys want to host an open house. Viviana just told me that it might be raining this week up there. So, Carlos, I know you have a listing up there. My listing's available. If you want to take that drive, just let me know. I'll put it on the MLS. Anybody else has anything they want to share or they want to hear? Chris? Yeah, I role play with Carlos, and it's already going to be 11. Yeah, so I try to respect everybody's time. You know, we try to start off at 9:45, and we try to run it for an hour because I know you guys have to all go back to your families, make calls, whatever you guys got to do, and I have to respect the time. So I'm going to be here till 2 o'clock. If anybody has any questions, let me know. If you want to borrow our systems, let me know. You want the logins, let me know. And other than that, next week I'm going to share some new technology. I'm telling you guys, you have to stay on top of the AI. And I know we have a couple of speakers. I'm going to get together with Felix. We have the whole rest of the couple months. We're going to schedule them. We're going to have Dale here, the inspector here, Nick back. I mean, we're having some people back just as a refresher. I'm going to try to get the Mario Brother plumbers. Who remembers those guys? Yeah, so right now, for example, I think, Ben's not here. We have these two people that we work for. They're plumbers. Or I call them the Mario Brothers. I brought them to the office in Chino, and they do all kinds of stuff. So I brought them in as speakers. They dress up like Mario and Luigi, and they'll give a presentation. I know right now Chris is having some problems, right? In Crestline with plumbing. And they're going to run a scope. And if they find problems, it costs a lot of money. So it's good to have these connections. It's just our Rolodex of connections for you guys to start learning about these people. We're going to have speakers, like I said. We're going to dive in deep in technology next year and more on the CRM. If you have KV Core, ask more questions. If you need to learn about those things, let us know. Other than that, anybody else has any other questions? Everybody good?
So far, so good.
All right, Deborah. Take it away, guys. Have a great Tuesday. Stay safe. And nothing else pays. Be great.